Alright, hello everyone, and it is time for another edition of In Between Days, where we chat chowder about everything that has happened this past week in the town of Salem on the NBC hit soap Days of Our Lives. I am Jason, and I have been watching Days since before I was even in the womb. You figure out that math. I don't know how it works, but we're going to get into Monday, August 30th, all the way to the end of the week. That, of course, happens on Friday, the end of the week. We're going to get into all of that. We're also going to preview the week coming up, which I hope everyone is excited for Beyond Salem, because that's basically what this week set up. The last 2 weeks a little bit slow until Thursday of this week, where they began to set up Beyond Salem and things started picking up a little bit from there. So let's break it all down. First of all, on Monday, Xander's millions of dollars are all tied up because, or actually his $1 million is tied up because of Trask, who wants to keep it as evidence, and EJ is very upset about that because he wants his money back, and Xander wants to make sure that he has his job back first. He wants his old job secured before he gives the money back over to EJ. Chad also talks to Jack about Abigail and if she's ever going to return home, and Jack promises Chad that he will be speaking to Abigail as well as Jennifer. Allie and Tripp are shocked that Chanel is dating Johnny. She turns up with Johnny, and of course we all know that Allie and Johnny are twins and that Allie has history with Chanel but is now with Tripp, so that mess continues to unfold as it will. And we are also introduced into the strange, unnecessary character of Callista Lockhart, who has headed into town to stir things up between Bonnie and Justin. And of course the claim that Callista Lockhart is making is that Bonnie was responsible for killing her husband, whose name is Harrison Lord. Lord have mercy upon us regarding that storyline. Into Tuesday, August the 31st, we got some interaction between Philip and Belle. Not too much to talk about there. Allie, Chanel, and Johnny continued on with that, as we just mentioned, kind of continuing things on from Monday. And of course there's a lot of mixed feelings there. Allie seems to still have some jealousy issues regarding Chanel being with anybody, especially her twin brother Johnny. It also comes up how they have different fathers, and I forget who mentioned that and precisely on what day, but yeah, it was kind of like a "it can happen" thing, and that was kind of funny. And there was some stuff between Chloe and Brady, of course, who are away on that business trip, and Philip didn't like that too much, and there was a whole shenanigan where Philip showed up and interrupted them, and then they sent him home, and everything was, I don't know, I think that was actually not quite until sometime into Wednesday, but that was a whole thing where Philip, even though Belle warned Philip on Tuesday not to do that, not to run down and try to catch Chloe and Brady in something that they weren't doing, he did. And so we'll see how it all develops, because Brady obviously wants to be with Chloe, and Philip obviously wants to be with Chloe, and Chloe is trying to be with Philip but has feelings for Brady, or did have feelings for Brady, and wanted to be with Brady, but Brady didn't want to be with her. He wanted to be with Kristen, and then he found out Kristen was not who he thought she was, and then wanted to be with Chloe, but then it was too late, and now here we are. So we'll see how all that go. Ben and Sierra are still being Ben and Sierra, preparing for their honeymoon and being Ben and Sierra. Finally, again, just happy and without too much to worry about for now, but I'm sure that will all happen, all change beyond Salem. A little bit more about Wednesday. Paulina offers Chanel some advice regarding things, and Nicole and Allie, like I said, Nicole is kind of calling her out and saying perhaps she's jealous about the situation. Philip does on Wednesday catch Chloe and Brady in bed because he comes down, and I guess I was just getting a little bit of ahead of myself when I was talking about Tuesday, because a lot of this happened on Wednesday when Philip catches Chloe and Brady in bed. He flies down to where they are, and of course they're just trying to get some sleep. There was a mix-up at the hotel, typical thing, and eventually they send Philip back on his way. Ava makes an announcement that surprises Rafe, and they have a little chat and sort things out. She was going to leave the house because he thought that she truly believed that he wanted to be with Nicole, which there's more truth in that than anyone is admitting, but Rafe manages to smooth things out with Ava for now, so we'll see how that all goes. But if it does turn out that Rafe and Nicole get together, we are definitely going to see Ava go into true Ava mode, I believe. And on Thursday, things begin to heat up. They begin to not be as slow-paced, not be as running in spot that they have been for the last week and a half. We are finally setting up Beyond Salem. So John is recruited for a mission, just like we see in the teaser video for Beyond Salem. We find that Shane has contacted him for a very important mission, and Marlena wants to go along with him since they were supposed to spend a weekend away, and a lot of people are making plans to spend a weekend away. Paulina, Lonnie, Abe, and Eli supposedly are going to Miami. Anna tells Roman that Carrie and Austin's wedding is in danger, in jeopardy. Things are not going on too well. I don't want to speculate too much about this and get too far into the weeds, but I keep wondering if it has anything to do with the fact... Now, Rafe is a little bit busy right now in between Ava and his feelings for Nicole, but if you remember way back, before Carrie left the show, there was something between Rafe and Carrie. Now, is it possible that Austin found out about some of that, or is somebody else involved? I have no idea at this time, but it could be possible that it could have to do with something that Austin found out about that went down in the not too recent time, but maybe a little bit back when Carrie was with Rafe. Who knows? And of course, there's some stuff between Chad and Gabby and Jake that's kind of still also running in spots, so I won't get too into that, but they are definitely setting up Beyond Salem, or were setting up Beyond Salem on Thursday. They did a lot of that. Anna wants Roman to go with her to Zurich, but he is not interested in doing that. But Anna is determined to go and help straighten out, or just be there for Carrie and try to, I guess, maybe just interject the way Anna does and save this marriage or between Austin and Carrie if it is in fact in as much jeopardy as we are led to believe on Thursday. And on Friday, Ben and Sierra, still being Ben and Sierra, planning for their honeymoon. They're going to be going to New Orleans. So they're going to be going to New Orleans, and they will be featured on Beyond Salem. Like I said, Paulina, Lonnie, Abe, and Eli are going to Miami, and there are others, including, we know Anna for sure, that are going to, it seems, anyways, that they're going to be headed to Zurich, to fake Europe, to fake fictional Europe, which is going to be filmed exactly where they film the main show, Days of Our Lives, is where they are filming Beyond Salem. And once again, Beyond Salem is available if you are in the United States on Peacock, and if you are in Canada, it is available in two ways, but one of those ways is to watch simply on the Global TV app as well. And if you are anywhere else, I suggest writing in and complaining and saying that you want to be able to view it. I do believe that this whole thing is a bit of an experiment to see how much of interest there is in the spin-off and how many people are willing to watch in such a way on a different platform, not on traditional television. So this could lead to a whole bunch of new things, but I don't think it's anything negative. I think it's positive. I think the show usually gets 1-year renewals in recent times, and the show got a 2-year renewal most recently. Plus, we get this 5-episode spin-off. So I don't think that the future of Days is in any jeopardy. We're not going to get any extravagant weddings or legitimate like trips to going to Greece or Stockholm or anything like that. Much smaller budget, but I think the positive spin on them having to do things on the cheap and film so many episodes at a time is that they can provide a lot of content for not such a large amount of money, and they've kind of been able to adjust to that in modern times. It's not the same as the 80s and 90s budget, but they've managed to sustain the show and work with a much cheaper budget. And so all I'm trying to say is I think the future, because they've been able to adjust and adapt, is bright for the next long while for the show. And so even if at some point we may have to watch it not on traditional TV, I think the show on traditional TV is safe for quite a while, but I would say worst case scenario, it's going to be safe online, and I think it's safe in general for the next 3 to 5 years and beyond. I'm sure there's nothing to worry about. So enjoy, and remember, like silence to the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. See you next time on In Between Days. This was a short one, but like I said, the last week and a half up until Thursday and Friday of this week has really just been setting up Days of Our Lives, or setting up Beyond Salem rather. Oh, and I did promise this before I forget, so hang on 1 second here. This is some really high-tech stuff. We're just gonna cut out that background for a second, and we're gonna listen to the 15-second weekly preview promo that's for the week beginning September the 6th.
My own husband locked me in the freezer.
When you don't see eye to eye,
It's the worst advocate right now.
you may end up
Are you thinking about us getting married?
toe to toe.
Okay, so in that preview video, we see that a gun goes off when Callista and Bonnie are struggling, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there, if somebody's going to be, shot and in the hospital or murdered. We're going to have to see what happens there, but there is a struggle with a gun in that video for this week. And before that, there's something going on with Doug. So Julie is telling someone, I believe it was Jack, but I could be wrong with that, but something's going on with Doug, and there's rumors that Doug is possibly, just because of his age, being written out of the show. I'm not sure, but I don't know if I believe that necessarily. But what we do know is he's going to, I think, go missing or have some sort of, not amnesia. I was about to say amnesia, but no, it seems like he might be having some problems with memory, and I think he may get confused and lost, and he may go missing this week, so we'll have to see what happens with that and what Julie's all freaking out about. And Julie says something about being stuck in a freezer, and so we're just gonna have to wait and see. There's a little bit of Ben and Sierra being Ben and Sierra again in the weekly preview promo video, and we see something going on with Abe and Paulina, but there's not much there, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. And yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. It's a double week of Days of Our Lives content. We got Days of Our Lives, the normal show, and we have Beyond Salem dropping today. Will be at least the first episode, so be sure to check all that out, and hope you enjoy it. We'll have to see where it all takes us. And I'm excited for this week, a double week of Days of Our Lives and Days of Our Lives Beyond Salem. So see you next time, and we will talk all about it next time. See you later.